Hey, Corey! Play the music! The intro! Play the intro music! Damn it, Corey! It's not funny. Okay, for real this time. Play the music!
The itsy bitsy spider
Damn it,
went
Corey!
up the
It's not
water
funny!
slide.
Okay, it was a little funny, but play the real music! Thank you! I'll be with you all in a minute.
We will stay right where we at. We ain't never fall back. Yeah. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. Ha. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. Come up with a game plan. Double XL up in the pen, you can't shake that. All the way gassed up, full tank, man. Moving too quick, keep the cameras in the playback. Hey, so tell me how you feel with it. You put a lid on it, I ain't got no chill with it. This right here your problem, you gon' have to deal with it. Lay it on the line, high risk, that's the meal ticket. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at, never fall back. No lies, no facts, we will stay right where we at. We ain't never fall back. Down, never falter. Came with the hands out, get them off us. I'm 24/7 in the office. Pay attention cause I ain't repeating offers. Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Here for whatever you bring me, getting handled. I answer to no one, I don't need the hassle. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back. Never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Yeah. No lies, all facts. You can find me right where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. Yeah. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back.
Guys, it's the March Live! I'm 1 year older now, by the way. So much wiser. My birthday was this past Sunday, and I'm 36, going on 72, if you ask my bones. So, it's March. It's officially March, which means it's Irish beers for the lifetime. Guys, Nathan Fant is down in the waiting room. I'm so excited. Oh, my God. Guys, hello. Welcome to the March Live. I'm so excited about this, and I've only been excited about this for just over 24 hours, because yours truly, who is such a planner, may have possibly had this whole idea of what to talk about, and we're going to talk about route planning and finding like the dopest dispersed camping sites along the way. And I was like, I've got this great idea, and then I was like, you know who would be a good person to talk to? So I sent him a message, and I was surprised when he was like, yeah, sure. I said, wait, I think I messaged the wrong person, because this can't be real Nathan Fant. So we're talking to him today. I'm super excited about it. Who's here? Let's see. For the love of knobs, big surprise. Hey, it's that guy that we're going to talk to. 1FTR's here. Hey, Slow Eddie's here. Chris Fant. Hello, everybody. Seconds here. Kahuna ADV. Small... Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Small Man Moto's here. Can't get rid of that guy. Guys, you know what I'm doing tomorrow? Gotta turn the sign on. I'm doing it. Tomorrow's the day. It's new bike day tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow or Saturday. I'm doing it. I'm getting the Husky. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm getting a new bike that is a mystery. Like and subscribe and watch. And with that husky, guys, get ready for some real ridiculous adventuring because I'm so excited. And with that, I don't even want to delay because I'm way too excited to drag it out. Guys, everybody, welcome Nathan Fant to my live. He's here. Oh,
Hello,
by the way,
everyone.
hold on. We have to start with show them your shirt. They can see yours a lot easier than mine. But by complete coincidence, it turns out that Crittermoto apparently was our fashion designer for the live stream. So if you would like a Crittermoto shirt, crittermoto.com. Go get
And if he doesn't show up to this live stream, I don't know what I'm going to do, but
He's
it's not going to be good.
rushing home, but he said he's going to be about 20 minutes late. He'll be here. I bullied him. And then I said, oh, sorry.
Well,
Hello,
that's cool.
Nathan Fant. Hello,
Hi.
and welcome to the Tall Man Moto live stream. I'm so
Hi.
excited you're here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. And with that, I'm going to crack open this awesome cold beer.
What are you drinking?
I've got some Boneyard. Yeah.
Delicious Boneyard. That's the IPA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
So yummy.
I decided to go with, it was the best that Safeway had for Irish base beers. So I went with Ridgetop Red and Guinness. So we're double dipping. We're going to go back and forth this evening.
You're just a flavor mixer.
You gotta mix it up, you know? You can't just stick with just red ale or just stouts. It's not really a stout, but I do respect Guinness. So I like to chew my stouts. I like a good thick stout.
Nice.
So hello, welcome.
Thank you.
For those who don't know, okay, so a couple of things real quick. So let's talk about what Mr. Fant is known for. You are, I don't think it's wrong to say, kind of like the godfather of BDRs, right? So
I don't know about that. I would give that to Bryce Stevens.
you are the godfather of BDR development. Still Bryce Stevens?
Also Bryce Stevens. He's the guy that made the first BDR, the Washington BDR, but I will take some hand in a couple of them.
You've done a couple of them at least.
Mm-hmm.
You're the guy, okay?
In your
as
world,
far as
that's
we're
okay.
concerned.
Okay.
So to be clear though, everybody, we are here to interview Nathan. So I didn't bring him on because I wanted to talk about BDRs. By polite coincidence, we're going to talk about all the same like things that he uses to create those routes, but we're going to talk about his adventures. So I want to get to know him. So Nathan and I have interacted very briefly at a few different events. We've been there, but you guys know when you go to these events, it's just like constantly busy. So I haven't got to like sit down next to him at the fire pit and be like, tell me about how you develop trails. Like, so you open Google Maps and then what happens next? And that's what I've wanted to know for like so long, because I think a lot of us, when we think about this like majestic concept of like, I got a real dual sport or a real adventure bike, and now I'm just going to go off into the woods and find campsites. And like I've done some of that on the Twin, and now, as we all know, I'm just off the deep end about this 260-pound dual sport situation. So that is my big to do, and it's what I've always wanted to do on a bike, is really like just plot out a middle of nowhere, not even on a Forest Service road, create my own trail to my own campsites, which is kind of sort of what you do.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to talk about. So
Absolutely.
No BDR stuff, guys. Let's skip the BDR. Let's get to know Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan,
So,
tell us about you.
oh, okay. Well,
Where were you born?
I was born in Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, shit. I was just trying to be funny, but how? Okay. So you're born in Alaska. How do you make it out of Alaska?
It's a long road trip. When you're 8 years old, sitting in the back of the car, strapped in for like 8 days straight, camping all the way. The camping part was okay, but being in a car when you're 8 for that long is, it's not an awesome adventure.
I would imagine not. No.
Yeah. I do remember when I came to Oregon, I felt warm wind for the first time, and that was a really odd experience. Because in Alaska, you get used to, I mean, just everything's cold all the time. The highest it ever gets up there is maybe 70, 75 degrees, and that's only for a couple of days. So,
Jeez.
yeah, Anchorage, Alaska. I have vivid memories of growing up in Alaska and moving down here to Oregon, and yeah, it's a good place to live if you like.
Okay. Wait, Oregon or Alaska?
Well,
A
probably
little bit of both.
a little bit of both. I think what's cool about Alaska is it's super scenic and beautiful and remote, and if you're into fishing or hunting or anything, it's a good place. But I think for most people, it's a little too cold and isolated. I grew up in kind of way out in the sticks, so many dreams about exploring on a motorcycle, but never had one as a kid. So here I am as an adult, reliving those, I guess, adventures I wish I had as a kid.
Yeah. I feel that. So that's interesting because I really expected to hear that you grew up on dirt bikes. So when did you get your first motorcycle?
I think I was 25 or 26 years old
No
before
kidding.
I had a kid pretty young, and so it was very difficult for me to get a motorcycle until she was old enough to kind of do her own thing for a little while. And 26 years old, I kind of went full in, but I didn't really believe in dual sports. I thought they were really kind of silly. Why would you get a motorcycle that is both bad at the road and bad at off-road? And
Mm-hmm.
so I did sport bike and dirt bike. And I did that for a long time. It probably wasn't in 2014 until I decided to get a dual sport. So yeah, did a lot of trail riding, a lot of sport riding, and then somebody convinced me to get a KLR, which made no sense at all, but I got one anyway. And and that was my first adventure into dual sports. And it's funny, the older you get, the wiser you get. And I think that KLR wised me up pretty quick to how freeing it is to have a motorcycle that can do both at just any moment. You see a dirt road and you can find out what's over the next hill and stuff. So dual sports are awesome.
Yeah, man, they're the way to go.
Hmm.
I'm gonna miss the twin, but I'm not. I'm not really gonna miss the twin. I'm not.
It's a big bike.
I was ready to get rid of it in favor of like a Tiger 900 because yeah, exactly right. Like even the Tiger 900's like 60, 70 pounds less and goes from 0 to 60 a lot faster. Um, but I'm just gonna suck it up and I'm gonna have a single tiny bike for a couple of years, and then eventually, when I get my finances right, uh, we'll go the two bike route. But I'd much rather suck it up on the few times that I'm gonna need to go fast on like a highway or something, in favor of 260 pounds off road.
Right.
So you get
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
KLR.
Got the KLR. Wife and I actually bought it before, right before our wedding. Wife and I got married in 2014, and we were going to go on a honeymoon, and this started a kind of a yearly tradition where we have a honeymoon every year on motorcycles. She was just learning to ride on the street at that point in time too, so we rode. I think it was 14 days, 4,500 miles all the way down the Pacific coast, Highway 1, Highway 101, all the way down to San Diego and back. And we came back through the Mojave Desert and everything. And we just had the best time. And we do that every year in May. So if you ever see us doing things in May, that's usually what it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was such a fun trip.
So we stumbled onto this about 14 minutes ago. Um, so we're not going to focus on BDR stuff. But I did learn the BDR is a volunteer thing for you. So I thought that was like a full-time gig for you. So what is
No,
your day job?
my day job is I work in technology. I'm a network administrator for a school district. So I'm the one and only guy at the school district of, I don't know, it's 10,000 students who knows how to fix internet, Wi-Fi, anything that's going wrong with internet. That's me.
An
Makes it
IT
difficult to
guy in
feel.
a so for a school, the whole school district.
Yes. Yep.
So they
The
don't
whole
have like IT people at each school?
There are IT people that support
Okay.
like between 1 and 3 buildings, but I'm for the whole 19 buildings
Oh,
that I do all of the.
so you're kind of a big deal.
I am. Yeah.
Not to brag, but
Not to brag.
okay. So you're the Tyler, whatever his name was, of the school district I used to work at, the director guy.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's fun. I like in the summer we get to do a summer internship with some of the students, and I love working with the students in the summer. It's super fun.
Are you working? You're working full year then.
Yeah, I'm a full-time employee, 40 hours a week, 12 months a year.
Okay. So the teacher gig, I used to have 3.5 months off. I'm gonna miss that so much this year.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know, it's gonna make me so sad. But I wasn't sure if you were getting a little benefit of that.
Well, the other bonus of public education is you get there's the benefits are really good. So I get 5 weeks of vacation a year, and that's incredible.
Yeah, that is real nice. Okay, so some quick questions before we go on here. So let's see. So Slow Eddie wants to know, what motorcycle did you learn how to ride on?
Okay, so I'm having trouble remembering the actual order of it. I've had so many. My my very, very first motorcycle that I ever sat on and rode was a mid 90s YZ85 or 80. I can't remember. It was a raced out YZ80, I think. And that was my friend's bike. I went over to his house. His dad didn't know about this, but he was lending his bike out to his friends because he wanted to be the cool friend. And his also dad didn't know about him borrowing his pickup truck. And he and I did a race up the gravel road, me on the bike, him in the pickup truck. And man, we were freaking flying up this gravel road. It was coming around a corner, and I hit a little too hot, slid off the road, landed in the bushes. By the way, this was before any safety gear was important to me. I didn't even have a helmet on. Landed in the bushes. My buddy slams on the brakes right behind me in his dad's truck, and he was like, "Hey, you okay?" And I just put my thumb up in the air, wherever that is, and I was good. But yeah, that was the first time I'd ever motorcycle. And after that, I had to drive myself home, and I thought to myself, these four-wheel vehicles are so slow, man. Why aren't everybody just riding a motorcycle? It was so awesome. I loved the speed.
Hooked and crashed all in one day.
All in one day.
That's a good. Yeah, just get it all on the table. First day, just here we are.
And you knew what to expect.
And you just walked right through the whole situation, totally fine.
Yep. Yeah, the bushes saved me.
Yeah, well, Critter Moto knows. We've been there before.
Yep.
Let's see. Well, I like this one. Well, and we'll dig more into this, but this is a solid transition. What's your personal ideal length of adventure?
Oh, geez. Are we talking off highway gravel road type moto camping adventure?
I think that's our focus, right? So let's say based around camping off the bike, going and exploring out in the mountains. He might mean something different, but that better fits my agenda. So
perfect. Let's go with it. I would say, is there a length that I would feel like I'm done? It depends if I've gotten hurt, because I've gotten hurt on off-road adventures where I'm still got multiple days to ride. I broke my ribs one time and I just kept going. And that I wasn't having as much fun as kind of when we were just exploring on our honeymoon. So
as much fun.
I don't think there's an end.
Okay.
Not as much fun with broken ribs, but I don't think there's an end to how much fun I would have. I don't know. I want to go all the way from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego. I want to go all the way to South America and turn around and come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's the first few days, right? If you're not really attuned. So when I first started getting into going on these trips and multi-day adventures on a motorcycle, the first couple of days feel like an adjustment, and you settle into life on the bike. But then once you're in that rhythm, I think the longest one I've done is a week and a half, 2 weeks. And it's just the way it is. You just settle, and it's just such a better way to experience life. It's just, dude, I love it so much. It's so great. Yeah, I think you're right. I agree, concur. I don't think there's an end to that, really.
No.
Your personal ideal length, longer than 3 days. That's the answer.
So tell me
Okay.
about you. Tell me about you. I want to know
Tell you about me. All right, go.
Yeah,
Question.
Yeah, question. So, when did you first start riding?
So I got my endorsement in 2015. I grew up on ATVs and dirt bikes. My very first experience with a dirt bike, my father decided that he was going to buy a dirt bike. I don't think he ever really had experience on them, but he bought like a KLX 250 that was like race tuned. Like this thing, I think even now with like plenty of experience, I think it probably would have intimidated me. But I remember it just being stupid fast. So the very first thing that I did with this bike, I was very specifically instructed, don't touch the dirt bike. You don't know what you're doing with it. Don't touch it. He left for work. An hour later, I'm in the backyard with, both legs over this thing. And I understood the idea that hold on, my hands are backwards. That, clutch meant go and throttle meant go.
More go.
So I'm revving it up and I popped it out. And I remember grabbing back on with both hands as the bike shot out from under me and the handlebars pegged me square between the eyes. Just poof. So the bike went off and did its own thing, ended up covered in grass, which, was the leading factor to knowing what happened to my face. So my father came home later that day and I had this big nasty bruise. And he's like, what happened? I was like, I fell. He promptly went outside, came back inside, and goes, why is there grass all over one side of the motorcycle? I don't know. So that was my very, very first experience. Then after that, I had a friend of mine who had a little YZ125. We used to tear his property up with that thing. Then I had dirt bikes, but I think so I stepped away from it for a long time, and then I came back. I wanted to get a motorcycle since I was like 18, but I moved out to the East Coast, and I'm sure you've ridden out there. The potholes are horrible. Like big, deep.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew better out there. So as soon as I moved back home to Washington, the first thing I did within 6 months was went and get my endorsement. My first bike was a 1985 Honda Shadow VT500C, which I promptly laid down because of gravel like 2 days later.
Oh, no.
Yep. I was on, it could not have been a worse chain of events. So I got my endorsement. I bought this motorcycle. I put a post on Facebook. My mother said, oh my God, why'd you get a motorcycle? You're going to die. I promptly, arrogantly responded with, no, I went through a safety course. I know what I'm doing. I rode up on Mother's Day to go have brunch with my mother and my grandmother, laid the bike down on the way there, came in with a limp and a messed up thumb, and had to explain what was wrong with my existence. I told you so. Damn it. What happened to you? I got beat up by a bum. I don't know. Anything but I dropped the bike.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hooked. So I did the Sportster thing for a while. I thought I was a cool Harley guy. I had assless chaps. It was great. I put pants on under the assless chaps, obviously. But and then a buddy of mine was like, dual sports. Oh, no. You get out of here. See that? Assless chaps. And he shows up. There he did it again. There he goes. And get out of here. So a buddy of mine was like, dual sports. And I was like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, they're dirt bikes that you can ride on the street. So I promptly went and bought. Guys, this is the biggest. Well, it's not really, honestly, because I never would have found this stupid 500 that fits me so perfectly. I had a CRF 250L. That was my first intro to dual sports and such. However, I was trying to commute on a 250. 76 miles one way to work. Yeah. So I quickly was like, well, this is slow and not enough power. I wasn't really off-roading yet. I had gone and done a few little things. It was before I had started the channel. And then a guy that I work with had an Africa Twin, and he's like, take mine out. And I'm like, no, that's heavy. He goes, take it out. Just trust me. I rode it up and down the street, and that weekend I went and bought an Africa Twin. And then I was riding the Twin so much that I just wasn't riding the 250, and my dumbass decided to sell it. I made $1,400 off of the bike because that was when 250s were really starting to get popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then now here we are. So,
So you went small, then big, then now you're going medium.
Real big, and now I'm going the smallest bike I have ever ridden in my life. And it's so much fun.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have the orange version of that bike, and I love it. I love it. I would not if I was forced to have one motorcycle, it would be my 500 EXE. That's the perfect bike.
I feel it. The maintenance is a little higher, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready to admit certain things. So we'll just say the maintenance is a little higher. Yeah. It's unfortunate,
The valve checks on that bike, once you get pretty decent at them, take less than an hour. They're so fast.
Well, I'll have to, okay. I'm going to have to make a trip down there so you can teach me how to do that, because I know that's a thing I'm going to have to learn how to do myself, because I don't want to pay like $1,200 at the shop for something that I know is not $1,200.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it shouldn't be that much.
Okay, so Small Man Moto wants to know, hold on, let's scroll back up. Kahuna wants to know, thoughts on zero or electric bikes?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Kahuna. I'm a big electric person. I'm a big fan of electric things. I drive electric cars. I like the zero motorcycles. I think I'm also a little bit of an environmentalist, so those things all kind of trigger my happy buttons for that. I've had a chance to ride the Zero DSRX a little bit here and there, and
the big one.
Yes, it's their big adventure bike. It was in the NorCal film, the BDR film. There are a lot of plus sides to that bike, and a couple of, I would say, considerations that you have to make when you get one. The plus sides are it's just so incredibly smooth and forgiving. The torque delivery, the traction control, the fact that there's no clutch or gears, it just makes it so the bike just kind of crawls up and anything and everything. But because of the fact that there's no reciprocating engine kind of throwing your balance off and no clutch to kill it, it's so easy to ride slow on technical terrain. The suspension is set up like perfectly, I think, for kind of what its intended purpose is, and the weight is, even though on paper it's really heavy, it's like 540 pounds or something like that. All of that weight is down super duper low, so when you pick it up off the kickstand, it feels like a 790. Honestly, feels about the same.
Well, yeah, that would be, so all of that weight would be what in the battery and the motors, which again are probably all sitting down at the bottom of that frame.
All super low. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say, if you're interested in a motorcycle for kind of close to home kind of trips, like if you live near national forest and you go out and you want to just kind of tool around the back roads and the dirt roads and fire roads and stuff, it's a fantastic motorcycle for that. Where I think the industry is going is, the energy density just needs to go up a little bit more, because the range kind of makes it challenging. It's definitely doable, but it does make it challenging to travel long distance with it.
I think we'll get there.
Yeah,
we're on our way. Okay, so where'd he go? There he is. Okay, so to start, just keep track of questions, because I want to come back to questions. But I want to get to the meat and potatoes while we have Mr. Fant here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about route planning.
Okay.
So you decide, I want to go on a camping trip for however many days. You pop open. How do you do that? So I don't even want to assume that you're starting with a, like a satellite images software. How do you go about making those plans and looking for things? What are you looking for? Walk us through that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to give an example because it's usually easier to talk from experience than it is to just talk in generalities, and plus it's more interesting anyway. Chris comes to me with an idea. She's like, hey,
so Chris, so for those who don't know, who's Chris?
My wife.
Okay.
Chris Fant.
There we go.
She comes to me with an idea. She brings a lot of ideas. Some of them are more half-baked and some are full-baked.
She's watching. Don't forget she's watching. She's watching.
She's watching.
She's
watching.
In the comments. I saw her in the comments. All of her ideas are super amazing.
They are.
And
some of them need a little bit more baking time. And that's what I'm here for. That's what she relies on me for, is to kind of like take the crazy ideas and turn them into, these fully done cakes, essentially. So she says to me, have you heard of the Applegate Trail? And I was like, wasn't that something to do with like, people immigrating west and stuff like that? And she's like, yeah, I want to go check it out in the Nevada desert and stuff. So we had this idea based upon a really crappy, I think it was like a BLM map or a Forest Service map. And it was not to scale. It wasn't geo-referenced. It had nothing. It was just basically a bunch of like points along this hand-drawn map, and it had like basically somebody's pen marker that had none of it was to scale. It was terrible. So, and it said, here's how you ride or drive. It was actually meant for four-wheel drives. Here's how you drive the Applegate Trail through Nevada, Black Rock Desert, High Rock Canyon, all that stuff. And so I'm like, well, let's see if we can turn this into a GPS track. And I can present too. Is that
down at the bottom? You should be able to hit the present button and show screen. I was fortunate enough. I did a thing with Motorcycles and Pancakes, and I got to be on the other end of this software, and I learned a lot from not the presenter's point of view.
So let's see if I can present my Gaia. Share. Yes. Let me know if that,
okay, so
that's
now
working.
Add to stage. There we go. Perfect.
Okay. So here we are looking at the entire track that we created. And this was all done, just using Gaia, essentially. If we go over to the layers, satellite view really helps out. Why I'm not seeing other map layers. Anyway, we can get into that. But essentially, this was that map. I think it was like this lower portion, and then we added this top portion. And so kind of thinking about just in general terms from a high level, where do you want to start and end? If this is something where you've got a location in mind, you're going to have to figure out generally where's the gas, where's the food. And so we kind of started down here, whatever this little town is, and got some gas, got some food, and found kind of, I guess, the main kind of thoroughfare through this area. Your question about campsites has a lot to do, I think, with water. And so, if you were kind of late in the day and you were going, man, I really need somewhere to camp, the first thing that keys into my mind is look for a lake or a stream, because not only does that give you the option to filter water, but that's where people are looking to set up campsites anyway. So, I'm looking here, I'm going, gosh, that could be a campsite. It's actually a pen for wildlife or for cattle or whatever, but
turns out not so great.
Not so great. But anyway, and then this whole thing started with waypoints. So starting with just kind of marking out what you want to see. Like, this is the top of Antelope Summit, and you can ride up here, but does this road get you somewhere else where you want to be? Well, follow it. I mean, just go on here with satellite view and follow it. And this is the power of Gaia, really, to be honest. I don't want this to be a Gaia commercial or anything.
No, it can be. I think I promote Gaia as like, it's the best. There's always a lot of different options, but I love it. I think it's so cool. Like, I love the versatility too. It's totally a Gaia commercial now. I love the versatility, being able to. So
We're
like
going
what you're
there.
doing, yeah, what you're doing right now with a desktop app. As soon as you drop all of those points and stuff in, if you have an account, all of that seamlessly transfers to your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just so easy back and forth to be able to actually like plan stuff in a place that you can see it. And then you just pick up the phone, Make sure that you have the maps downloaded in case you don't have signal. And then just go out and do it, and everything's there. Yeah. So, anyways, I 100%, like, yeah, promote Gaia. I think they're great. Sponsored by Gaia.
Yep, Gaia is awesome. And so as you're looking at like where do I want to start and end for this trip, there's a town at either end, and that's really I think what I would recommend that you do if you're going out into the backcountry. Pick 2 towns with something in between them, and then just start laying these waypoints along the way on stuff that you want to see, whether it's deserts or hot springs or canyons. You know, this trip really came about from that map, but it also, I think it's really easy once you get the concept of just start laying waypoints for stuff you want to see, and then this visual of this track will start to fill in its own gaps, you know, because you're thinking about from this view, what are the things that I want to start and end with, and then what do I want to see in the middle. One example of that is that we knew we wanted to do High Rock Canyon. This is High Rock Canyon right here, which is fantastic. If you've never done it before, you should go do High Rock Canyon. It's super awesome. It's
so squiggly.
It is, and there's
turns.
All the turns. And again, with the point of camping and water, somewhere around here is a stream. Where did I see that earlier? Here we go. Guarantee you there's somewhere to camp right here. You know what I mean? Because you're right on the water. It's a little pull out. You could camp there for sure. By the way, this is all on BLM, and unless it says don't camp here, you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know, and then again, it's really easy to see these 2 tracks and kind of where they go. This one's a little more faint and it probably takes you in a direction somewhere else. But the idea of laying this out based upon zoom out, set waypoints, and then just start zooming in and looking how you connect the dots. I mean, that's really how it works for me. I think that's about as simple as I can make the description of this, but
yeah, honestly, I never thought about, like, you mentioned the point of like start with what do you want to see. Like, I don't think I've ever thought to look at like what's around and like, okay, so check it out. It looks like there's a like cliffside here with an amazing view. I feel like that in itself is a really clever point of like, what do you want to see more than just making the route? Like, where do you want to stop?
Yep.
Because I always think of it as more of like, okay, so what are the roads I want to take? And I think that's a way better. Does that sound smart? A way better way to look at it. Yeah, that's PhD right here, MD Williams. Yeah. Okay. So, what are you looking for in a campsite? So, I asked you this question while we were doing a quick tech setup, and I was like, "Don't answer." Are you a riverside camper, or are you a high altitude, like a view camper?
I think it depends on the time of year. If it's like July, August, and it's 90 degrees out, I'm gonna prefer camping by water because I can just go in and cool off. Also, if it's a desert, it's usually better to find water. It's just safer. And at the same time, Soilsman, I'm seeing his point in the comments there. If your goal is to be very remote, water usually attracts other people as well. And so there's a point to be made. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, and so for like being out here, I think one of the biggest things that's like exciting for me is that's the biggest problem with the bigger adventure bikes, and we're having to go down like established trails, right? So being able to have the versatility of something that I can basically ride through the woods to these little spots that like you see on the Gaia that that looks like a great camping spot, but there's nowhere to get to it. Now we kind of have that versatility of, well, we can kind of weave our way through the woods with lighter bikes, because that's a huge issue out here. Is up in Washington is state campsites, national park campsites, everything is booked for the summer within, I would say, a week of the reservations opening. So then when you get to dispersed camping, it's not any better. Any turnout, any down the way, any open spot where you can throw a tent off of Forest Service Road is is full on a Friday afternoon. Camp River Beer, which is like our go-to spot, has become a challenge because people are starting to find it. So camping near water sucks because it's the best.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I'm gonna offer some advice for folks listening in because I think it's really important that we also don't take advantage of our ability to access public lands. And in the sense of, we don't want to just be blazing our own trails out in the woods. If there's an established Forest Service road, even if it's a faint one, that's kind of what I'm looking for. So a faint 2-track kind of off of a normal Forest Service road is usually what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a remote campsite.
Yeah, that's stuff that's like uncapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the more kind of branches are kind of leaning over the trail, the better, because that eliminates all your 4-wheel drives and stuff. Those are the ones that usually result in really good campsites. And we found some crazy good campsites using that technology.
So the best campsite that I have been at to date is a super sneaky spot that I think I saw him comment somewhere in here. Explore Adventure Moto took me to. And it was exactly that. Like, there were lots of like little, not big logs, because I made over everything in my stupid big adventure bike. But it was like overgrown, and there was bushes and stuff. But it was a very unkept, now grassy, once a road. And it led out to just the coolest little campsite next to a little creek. Like, it was like cinematic camping.
Yeah.
Was this perfect spot. Yeah. So yeah, the more unkept, the better. But yeah, you don't want to just go blazing through the woods. But yeah, that like that kind of stuff. That to me is blazing through the woods, is like these like unkept trails that I would never take the Twin down. I just have a lot of catching up to do on real dual sporting, you know?
I'm excited for you.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that when you feel comfortable on a motorcycle of any size, the more comfortable you feel maneuvering it on those kind of trails, the safer you're going to be. And, I always advise people when they're starting out, start small. It doesn't matter if you feel like the bike is too small for you, it's not your forever bike. You could either keep it as a second, or you could sell it and get something bigger. Get something small, have fun, go do trips close to home, all that good stuff.
Okay. We're going to dip back into questions because we're at 6:42. So
okay.
We promised an hour. I don't want to run over that just yet. So Critter wants to know, when are you guys, for the love of knobs, going to be releasing new videos?
Gosh. I feel like there's a complicated answer to this simple question, and I'm sorry. I know we're short on time, but I'm going to give you the more complicated answer to that.
I like complicated answers here.
Chris and I have decided that the channel is really about first sharing our adventures, and we're not really aiming to build big sponsorships or use it as a source of revenue or anything like that. So we're just making videos as it's fun for us. And if you've ever made a YouTube video before, at least when using multiple cameras and trying to tell a story and all that stuff, it's just an awful lot of work. And I got to a point last year where it was like, I just don't want to do all this work and get 200 views. So we're just making it when it's fun for us.
Yeah, I got really wrapped up in the idea of like the YouTube stuff for a while, but that's really like, that's why I started Tommy and Moto in general, was because I have horrible ADHD and I have a hard time remembering like the details of events. So the idea of like being able to create something that maybe people would like watching, but really is just for me 2 years from now to go back and be like, I know I did that trip down the Oregon Trail, or the Oregon coast, but what the hell did I really do? I can go back and I can just watch it because I don't remember details, and it's super frustrating. But yeah, it's for the fun of making stuff and be able to look back and, hey, that was fun. Remember that one time that I made fun of that stupid small man moto guy that asked stupid questions like, how many bikes are in the stable? Oh, God, I hate him. He's so small and stupid. How many bikes do you have in the stable? My question, not small man motos.
Let's see. So we've decided the perfect number of motorcycles is a small one and a big one per person. And because Chris is so much smaller than me, her small bike is smaller than my small bike, and her big bike is smaller than my big bike. So we have 4. The DR350, I don't know if you've been following my Instagram, but we're rebuilding that for my friend Lucy, and so that one's going away. I'm very happy for her and glad to see that kind of move on and get used.
You don't like carbureted bikes?
It's not that I don't like them. It's that I there's just an extra that I don't need. But I do want to send a shout out to Explore Adventure Moto Travis. Thank you so much for donating the family bike that you grew up riding or remember riding as a younger person. I guess it wasn't that long ago. You're pretty old.
He's so old. That means it was that's a really old bike then, if he grew up riding it.
Yeah, I forgot how old he is.
It's like Harley's first version of a bike then, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I like how we did a good 1-2 punch of thanking him, and then we got to keep him centered. You can't let that ego get too big. Okay,
That's
so
right.
he donated a bike, what, to your wife?
Well, he was getting rid of it. I saw his post on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, just come get it, and I was like, yeah. Anyway, we got it, and it's going to get back together at some point.
That's
soon.
awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you ride? So we talked about the 500.
Yeah. Funny story. I rode my friend's 500 a few years ago. This was like 4 years ago on the original Oregon BDR Route 6.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like smoked for the day. He was totally done. We set up camp and we're about 10 miles from town. And he's like, hey, my bike is out of gas or near out of gas. Can you ride my bike into town, put gas in it and bring it back? I was like, hell yeah, ride a 500 into town.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was it was nearly out of gas. And I was having so much freaking fun on that bike. I forgot to go slow and conserve fuel. So we were a quarter mile from the gas station and I ran out completely. And my buddy, I'm hanging on to his bike with my arm, one hand on the handlebars, one hand on his pannier racks, and he's dragging me up the hill to this gas station. I had so much fun on that 500 and I vowed, I was like, I've got to get one of these. And my God, I love that motorcycle so much. And it was that story of running out of gas, doing too many wheelies on the way to the gas station. So fun.
Yeah, that's my to learn, because if anybody watched the full ride review video that I did of that Husky, clearly I am not capable of hopping logs yet, so I've got to learn how to do that. So it's going to be a lot easier on the bike with insane amount of torque. Okay, so you've got the 500. So what's the big bike?
I have a 790 Adventure R, and I bought that bike to replace my 701, which I don't think it really replaces a 701, but I was doing at that time. This was when we were scouting a lot for the Northern California BDR. I prefer to ride the bike rather than trailer, and so I needed a bike that I could just pack a bunch of miles on, and that was the 790. So it's better at that than a 701.
Okay. All right, so Kahuna also wants to know, other than crashing on the first day with no gear, what's the number one piece of advice to become a better rider?
Take a class. Any off-road or adventure or dirt bike class is going to be better than not taking any class at all. But I highly recommend dirt bike safety training. Jason Sherman, he's amazing. He's going to be teaching at the Tour Tech Rally this year, so you should hit him up. He's an amazing trainer. The curriculum there, just awesome.
He's based out of Marysville up here in Washington, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if we're talking about the same person.
Same person.
Yep. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. We Small Man Moto and I got to talk to him for a bit at Tour Tech last year. So Explore Adventure Moto says meat and potatoes. Thank you for adding to the conversation. Super useful. No. I'm 36.
Nobody believes that.
Okay.
Nobody believes it.
Yeah, not selling anybody. Small Man, find me questions. Everybody's making statements. Guys, you're bad at asking questions, but you're really good at making statements. Ooh, no, that's a stupid question. We just talked about that, Small Man Moto. God, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't even pay attention. God.
I asked before.
Hey. Shh. See, the problem with having a moderator is that he can bring himself back into the conversation.
Kick him out.
I love you, but Small Man Moto is, he's dick. Hey. Oh wait, I'm not monetized. It's fine. You can middle finger me. Wait, hold on. Oh my goodness. Everybody's they're just statement filled. Oh, here we go. Now, Kahuna's the one with the questions. Kahuna, hit us with all the questions. What's something that would surprise us to know about Nathan outside of motorcycles?
Surprise. Gosh. What is there outside of working and motorcycles?
Is there anything else?
My other big interest in life is electric cars.
Okay. I can jump on this conversation immediately. So what's your favorite maker right now? Designer, whatever that word is, production company.
Car manufacturer?
Yeah, that. What's your favorite electric right now?
If money was unlimited, I'd probably buy a Porsche Taycan. Those things are so freaking awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, 10% to 80% charge on those things is something like 8 minutes. I mean, it's just like pop in, charge up, and go, and you haul butt 150 miles an hour to the next one. Do
they have their own charging stations? Are they running off? They're not running off like standard charging stations because they don't have the kind of juice to do that. That sounds intense.
Yeah, the whole thing
Tesla
is
plus 20.
Yeah, the whole thing's a fiasco right now, but it's going to get better in the future once Tesla opens their charge network, because they're like the biggest chargers in the whole US.
Yeah.
So they're not open to everybody yet, but
propriety is the problem.
That's the problem
with electric vehicles right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Porsche's building their own charge network. They're working with a few other manufacturers to build their own charge network too. So it's still early days. The cool thing about being an EV early adopter is that, most of my charging is at home, so it's easy.
Just realized I didn't update the background. What an idiot.
Fired.
Get my life together. All right, Small Man Moto, you're in charge of the live now. Eric Sweet says Rimac ? I'm assuming this is a brand that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, I can't remember the model of car. I've checked those out a little bit. That's those things are crazy. I mean, you're talking supercar territory, like 0 to 60 in I think 1.9 seconds or something like that.
Out of here. What?
Yeah.
No.
200. 1.9 seconds.
That's like shoot your eye sockets back into your brain.
Right? How do you stay conscious for that?
0 to 60 in 1 point. No, I need to find somebody that owns a Rimac.
Right.
I want to do that.
Somebody very rich.
Eric Sweet's really good at one-word statements. Never. I'm never gonna ride in a Rimac. I'll tell you that much.
I would do it.
I mean, I would, but it's not gonna happen because that sounds expensive, and I'm but a poor man. So.
Yep.
Hold on. Oh, interesting, Matt Roden. Please update. I think we're Facebook friends. If we're not, we should be because we interact on YouTube enough. But what do you think about Rivian? That's great.
What do I think about Rivian?
Electric. Yeah. What do you think about Rivian? Rivian.
Something.
Rivian.
So you can say it that way if you want. Most people say it Rivian.
Oh well, not most people. So Rivian. I'm gonna add letters now. Rivian. That's what it is. Rivian.
It's Rivian.
Rivian. Well, so now that we've established that I'm an idiot and can't speak, what do you think about them as a company?
I think they've got a really compelling product. The trouble is with Rivian is they're an EV startup, right? And so they're kind of burning through investor cash, and they're not making enough yet on their models. So they're an EV startup. They're either they'll make
strong in my 56% loss in stock, but I believe in them. I think they have the coolest. I think they have the single coolest available to the public vehicle on the market. Like that truck it's
sweet,
stupid expensive. It should not be the cost that it is. I don't think, but But it's so dope. Like I love that truck. That's what sold me on Rivian. Literally, I bought stock in it because I was like, dude, that truck's that's it. That's their selling point. And somehow it's everywhere. And they're still not figuring it out. Like, get it together.
Yep.
Rivian.
Rivian.
I'm gonna say Rivian just to insult them. I'll say your name right when you stop losing me money in stock prices.
Yep.
Let's see what else. What do we got? Where are we at, guys? We have 5 minutes.
Burning questions. Ask us burning questions. 5 minutes to ask them.
Oh yes, Raptor Pack. Rivian was in Long Way Up. That was their pre-production SUV, which they now have out in market. But it was literally the first like rolling actual version of their SUV. The first, I think it was 2 or 3 that they made. They were still like troubleshooting it along the way. But yes, that's how I found out about Rivian as well, is Long Way Up.
Yeah, that was a cool series, man. Talk about the difference in videography between like the first one and that one. It's just incredible.
Well, yeah, that's because they had Harley sponsorship dollars, and then that didn't go for Harley the way they thought it would. Hey, bring the diesel truck. We have to power our electric bikes.
Yeah, that was not a good look.
That's what happens when you go like what? Like who in the marketing department in Harley was like, yeah. Take our shitty car bikes that aren't meant for off-road through South America. Yes, do that. Yeah. Not like maybe like let's do like what is it? The TET, the Transatlantic Trail, TET, whatever it is. The one that goes through America that's simple. Like, fuck that Livewire. I had a Harley, so every once in a grand while, because it's the only thing open on Sunday. So every year, one of the things that we do is like a Father's Day thing, my daughter and I, is we go wander through Harley because they're the only motorcycle store open on a Sunday. That's the only reason we go in there. But we went in there one year, and the sales guy starts really trying to talk me up about live wires. And this dude says to me, Harley doesn't enter a game just to be part of it. They enter to dominate. And that's what the Livewire does. It dominates the electric bike market. And I was like, sometimes you just can't help yourself. I just looked at him and I was like, do you have the statistics to back that up? Because I'm pretty sure that's not true. And he just stared at me. I was like, you started this conversation, sir. I didn't say I think they're the worst in the market. You said they're the best in the market. And we both know that's not true. Mm-hmm. Just, oh, God. They tried so hard with the, what do you think of the Pan Am? To loop back to motorcycles appropriately. I'm curious your thoughts. What do you think of the Pan Am? Because I have strong opinions.
Do you?
I do. And I now have data to support it because I'm paying attention to the used market. So curious to see what you think.
Okay, so there was a Pan America on the Oregon BDR, ridden by a fantastic rider. He really did justice to that motorcycle, and I think for most people and what they're doing with it, the Pan Am is a fantastic motorcycle. I really like how it feels, how it rides. It's super smooth.
It's fast.
The clutch is great. It is, I think, missing a little bit for the kind of riding that I would like to do with it. So and I don't know. The headlight really turns me off.
The headlight?
Yeah.
Like the design?
The design, yeah, the aesthetic.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, like, let it go. It's not a big, giant, like, Super Glide. Like, don't put a Super Glide headlight on. Yeah. Well, I can tell you that the Emerald City Harley Davidson, the local Harley dealership, has like 9 of them in their used market right now. I just every once in a while I like to hop on there because they have weird stuff that they'll sometimes get on trade. That's how we got my girlfriend's Tiger 900 GT Low. It happened to be over there. They called me and they were like, "Hey, we've got this." And I was like, "Oh, dope." So I like to see what they've got. In addition to a 1996 Hyundai, they also have like 9 Pan Ams. So it doesn't seem like people are transitioning and being happy with it. So I don't know. I'm curious. I'm still rooting for it. I've test driven it twice. Rode it twice. I'm rooting for it. I'm rooting for Harley in general because they've got a lot of new management and they're trying hard. I just don't think when you've spent decades and decades being a company that wants to exist in a very specific way, I don't think you can wait until you're borderline bankrupt to try and diversify. But I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them too. Yeah, I agree with you. I think Harley, spreading its, possibilities and wings into kind of a new sector for them. I think there's some lessons there. And I think one of them is that, you don't get instant success in a new kind of genre just because you're Harley Davidson. Although I think the bike is really good. It just, to me, the headlight
needs to be refined.
Headlight is a little weird.
Yeah, it's a first gen. Okay, so what are we at? So we're at 7 o'clock even, I say, for two reasons. One, we had to hedge bets on when the first P break would be. Guys, I made it a full hour. So I'm going to bring Small Man Moto up. Two, Nathan, it's up to you where we're at time-wise. But don't make a decision for at least 60 seconds because it's at P break number 1, guys.
Wash your hands. Don't forget. Kahuna wants to know, have you perfected your method of stoking a fire with the bike's exhaust? I don't know if I've tried it besides the one time. And I don't think I've been drunk enough to try it since then. So,
so it could still use some work then.
I think it could be perfected. I'm thinking about flexible exhaust tubing. We could like stick it into the motorcycle's exhaust and run the tubing down to the campfire.
Actually, yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It'd have to be multi-function, so you have to have it. So you could use it for something else, right? We don't carry anything for one single use, right? Everything's got dual purposes.
Well, you could use it to kind of like blast your Harley rider that's with you in the group with some extra exhaust fumes. I don't know.
I had to throw this one up there because Matt and I both test drove
still here
the Pan Am at Giant Loop, and we both had a hard time finding that kickstand.
Dude, that kickstand is in the stupidest location.
It's pretty far forward.
The tiniest little tab too. Like, ugh. Although counterpoint, I must have spent a good like 60 to 90 seconds trying to get the damn kickstand down the very first time on that Husky because it's like so far back, which makes sense. It's completely out of the way. It was, I
was going to give you a tip about that, Matt, if you're open to it. Since you've never had a KTM or a Husqvarna before, which is basically just a white KTM, be mindful. Don't put any weight on that kickstand besides the bike's weight. They will break. They have broken for me.
What do you mean don't put any weight besides the bike's weight?
So getting on or off the bike, make sure the kickstand is up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. KTMs they have notoriously weak connection points to the frame.
Here we go, guys. Here we go. All the problems catching up with me. Change oil every 4 miles. Make sure the kickstand's so great. This is great. You know what? It doesn't matter because I get it, and I'm willing to admit it. You experience that torque in third gear going 12 miles an hour. Doesn't matter what else is wrong with the bike. I get it now.
You drank the white Kool-Aid.
I'm here for it. Damn it. See how much I hesitated before I wanted to commit to finishing that sentence? No, I do. Oh, look, guys, bacon whiskey's here. Okay, so we are at 7:05. Sir, I hand you the decision. You are welcome to say goodbye. Or if you'd like to stick around for a bit, that's totally fine as well. Like I said, I want to honor your time.
I'll stick around till this is gone. How's that?
All right, there we go. Guys, there was a heavy angle to that pour, so we've only got so many questions. Like, he's really trying to get through it quick. He's like, I regret it immediately. Now, so Osman, you're not wrong. He says no torque like two-stroke torque. and I can't even imagine like nowadays, right? Because I'm basing it off of 1998 two-stroke motors, right? Like everything's different now. So two-strokes now have to be like crazy stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. Matt Roden says, wait until you do your first oil change on that Husky. Why? What are you talking about? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What is he talking about? You know, you have KTMs.
I do. I've had
Is that a good
KTMs
thing
for
or a
years
bad
now.
thing?
Well, the oil is a little more expensive. They want you to use Motor X, and that's usually like $12 to $15 a quart, but you only need 2 of them.
Well, I was just going to say, I think it's 1.2 quarts, isn't it?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
And the other thing is, he's probably talking about the oil filter. They use little tiny like M5 bolts, and so you breathe on them to torque them. Otherwise, you'll strip the case.
Okay.
So just be careful with the bolts for the oil filter.
Yeah, so he says so many drain plugs and oil all over the frame. I found, actually, I want to point it out to everybody else because this Mad Jack, I think was, hold on, let me look it up. I found a guy because, of course you obsessively look at everybody else riding the bike off road. But I want to throw a quick like shout out to this guy because, dude, the stuff that he's making is just so good. It deserves being pointed out. Anyways, this dude did I think it was this guy. It was this guy. Did a, guys, I can't multitask. He did an oil change was it this guy? I think it was this guy. Yeah, on the BDR. So this BDR, Idaho BDR series, guys, it's 100% worth watching every single one of these episodes. He assembled this so beautifully. Just really, really, this dude has got, I'm so excited to watch his channel grow. Anyways, I say all that to say, he did an oil change while on the BDR. And one of the things that I was like watching, and he didn't like point it out, he just did it. But he did like 3 or 4 different bolts to change the oil. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yep.
So
there's 2 screens. Both of those are drain bolts. And then there's a filter. It's not that complicated.
No, it's not complicated. It just feels like there's just more. But yeah,
there's more.
There was a little bit of oil happening on his. It's whatever. Fuck it, guys. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
Do it.
Talk about it. No. So, isn't Husky 10,000 between oil changes? The 701 is 8,000. The 501 it's hours, not friggin' miles, which is stupid because you're selling me a street legal bike. So I'm gonna go based on 1,500 miles. But you're also doing a quarter of the amount of oil.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And every time I've changed my oil, I felt like
rationalizing.
I felt like the oil filter didn't need to be replaced. So just there's that. I think you can do them every 2.
Yeah, that's what I figure. Eric Sweet, what bike do you have? Kilometers. Yeah. So what? 1,500 miles is 2,200 kilometers ish, right about. Eric Sweet, which Husky do you have? Because I'm curious. Yeah, that 701, I test rode the 701 because I was like, well, for highway stuff, like because I really want to build like an ultimate small adventure tour. I want to get a big bike again, like down the line a year or 2 from now. I'm going to get a Tiger 900 because I still want to do trips to like Montana and eventually up to, well, if I go to Alaska, I'm definitely taking the 501 because I want to be ready for anything. But like big, long trips, right? And I still want to be comfy. Yeah, 701. So Eric Sweet says he has the 701.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 10,000 kilometers. Yeah, so it's 8,000 miles, 10,000 kilometers. Yeah, it's stupid that it's such a difference between 200 cc's, but it's just a completely different motor. So I test rode that just to see. I accidentally wheelied the shit out of that bike for the first time in my life. I did a real wheelie in 3rd gear. Because I was like rolling and I was going a little bit and I was like, all right, let's see. And I fucking cranked that and it whoop off and I was like, oh shit. So it's that 701. And I could be wrong, but I feel like that's probably too much power for what I'm looking to do off road. Insane amount of torque. Also, the 501 is built, the previous owner is my height, and he built the bike for his own height. The 701 that I was looking at is bone-ass stock. Why not just change oil a little bit more often and save $4,000 in parts? So, yeah, well, Matt Roden, you gotta know people or internet sites. Where are you getting oil?
Me?
Nathan Fant, where do you buy your oil?
The
It's
Rocky
$12
Mountain
a quart.
ATV.
Oh, well, there you go.
Just get the big 4-quart jug of it. It's 4 quarts for like $45, something like that.
Oh, but then I have to.
I can't
measure,
remember. Oh
pay
my
attention
gosh.
to things.
You're gonna have to pay attention with your bike.
I know it's gonna be a change.
It's you got to change the oil
for somebody with ADHD. I'm gonna have to like keep an actual log, but it'll be fine. It's gonna be great, and I'm gonna go on so many adventures off into the wilderness.
You know what? You're gonna love the small bike. I mean, it's
Dude,
like
I am.
every time
I'm
you're
super
nervous
excited.
about like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go down this road because of that, this, that, and the
Not
other thing.
anymore.
You're not gonna feel it.
Nope.
You're just gonna go.
Yep.
All
I got to do is learn how to pop those stupid logs. But I feel like it's easy. I just need to learn how.
Classes, my friend. Classes. Jason, my friend Jason will teach you.
I might have to go hit Jason up and see if I can sign up for a good like off-road class.
Just be ready to hurt afterward because he is going to push you to your limit.
I'm here for it.
Yep.
Eventually, one day I'll pay for that $543 million trip up to do traction e-rags thing because I really want to do that, but it's like $4,300 or $4,700 for a full week, which covers airfare and food and all that stuff, and I get it, and it's really not a bad price, but I'm just so poor. But I watched Ben's videos, and I edited Ben's videos of that trip up doing it's not traction e-rag. What the hell is it called? Grisbait.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it looks like so much fun. Like he was going up like crazy steep, like super giant, like skull-sized rock. Like I'm here for all of that. Yes. I want to do the crazy stupid shit. I just probably am not going to go as fast as everyone else. Like, but I want to go places that I could never have gone before. Dude, it just sounds so awesome. Yeah, Traction E-Rag runs it, but it's called Grisbait. It looks like so much fun. It's pricey though, but worth it.
Yep. Any class is worth it, man. Any
class. All the classes.
Yep. Speaking of which, Chris is teaching a women's class. I don't know if there are women in the chat or watching this, but if there are,
when and where?
She's going to be at the Tour Tech Rally.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, she's a teaching assistant. She works with Shal-Marie Wilson, and they do women's only classes. So Chris is going to be there teaching.
Separate from She ADV?
I'm having trouble remembering what Shal-Marie's company is called, but it is separate, I believe.
Okay. Dude, that's exciting. So ladies, sign up. Fellas, tell your lady friends to sign up. Oh, there's at least Valkyrie. Where are you at? Valkyrie's in here. I saw her once. Valkyrie, sign up.
Sign up.
She's a new writer. So we were up at you were up there. Yeah, you know. So for those who don't know, at Get Lost Find Yourself, our photographer learned how to ride a motorcycle and is like 6 feet above her head deep into the adventure bike life and dual sport life. So she's super into it. So yeah, she's new and she needs new things to learn.
Let's talk about Valkyrie 1 second, because she's local to Portland here, and she's been to my house a few times. We're working on her bike, getting it all set up. Yeah, she is awesome. Super cool. Yeah, I really like her. She goes by Brittany in real life, but you can call her Valkyrie if you want.
Well, yeah, that's the YouTube name. So
yeah, but she's awesome. And what's interesting for me is that I've been doing this motorcycling thing for now like 25 years. It's been almost half of my life, and she's so new at it. It's so cool to see the stoke in her posts and her voice when she talks about motorcycling. She's so excited about it and just immersed, I think, in the culture too. I mean, because all of my friends ride motorcycles. I have a few that don't ride motorcycles, but pretty much at this point, if you don't ride, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have time to hang out with you.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a mean way.
No,
what I
but
mean?
it just occupies so much time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's cool too, because like, I think for all of us really that were up there that weekend, like, you know, most everybody, she's become Facebook friends with most everybody. It's just, it's so exciting to always be a part of, in any form, just really, you know, just watching that fire get lit. Right. So like my background has a lot of teaching to it. I spent time, you know, running classes when I was in the Navy for people who wanted to do photography, and I taught photography to the military for 3.5 years. I spent 5 years as a high school video teacher. And like, media has been my passion for a long time outside of motorcycles. And it's the same thing regardless. Being able to stoke that fire and just watch somebody just dive into it and get into it and realize all of the little things that we are attuned to doing every day. Like, I hop on my bike, I go on some forest roads for a while up to a place that's got a beautiful view. I throw my chair down and I have lunch, and that's just how it is. But for like somebody new, it's like, oh my God, you're gonna go do these things. And it's just so cool. It's cool to watch that fire be lit. So yeah, that's cool that you guys are helping her set the bike up though. That's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, she's got a set of handlebars. She's going to bring her bike over for the stock bars on her. She's riding an XT250, which is a great bike to start on, especially if you're a shorter rider. But the stock bars on that bike are like kind of chopper bars. You know, they have tons of.
Are they really?
Yeah, they have tons of sweep to them, and they're just kind of like, they're not really great. I'm sure they're real comfortable on the highway, but that bike doesn't.
Yeah,
you can do highway.
That bike is not comfortable on the highway.
It's not comfortable on the highway. So we're getting her set up with some more dirt bikey bars. So that's awesome. Going to be cool for her. But I wanted to ask you, Matt, tell us about your photography, because I love that. I should have said that earlier. I love photography too. So tell us about your experience.
Okay. So I found video production in high school. I was in 9th grade, got really into that class, did that all throughout high school. I also found like photography kind of at the same time. That's always really been my strong suit. So video is like a fun pastime. But career-wise, I spent a lot of time out on the East Coast and did a little bit out here. I've had my daughter. So between like riding bikes and being a father, like I don't have time to shoot weddings anymore. And priority-wise, I might make more money doing weddings, but it's just not where I want to spend my free time anymore. But I've been a professional wedding photographer for a number of years. I was a Navy photographer. I very quickly ran away from journalism as a whole when I left the Navy, because I definitely didn't want to be part of that one way or the other. It's not objective. You're always promoting a side. Like, I'm not trying to get political, but that's the way the media is nowadays. It's not objective. And I was like, I don't want to do that. So I quickly found wedding photography as like an outlet. Portraits. One of the few things where I will say that I get borderline arrogant sounding is when we start talking about like lighting and studio photography. That has been my jam for a number of years. You hand me a speed light, just one off-camera flash, and like I can do incredible things with it because I love it, and I have the ability to like see where the light's going to land before it happens. And I love it. I'm here for it.
Well, you have some things to teach me, because that's the stuff I don't know about photography.
Oh, dude, I will. Yes.
Yeah.
I make the mistake of walking up to me with a camera and saying, teach me, because you will have to put a time limit on it, because I will run down a rabbit hole. Like, as much as I love photography, I love teaching photography even more.
That's so
dude,
cool.
It's my jam. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Man, I bought a flash.
Listen, smart ass.
What?
I tried to get into boudoir for a while because it was like an up and coming thing. So the difference between a creep and a good boudoir photographer, male or female, is the lighting. Good lighting makes good boudoir photography. And I really tried to get into that for a while because my lighting has always been very on point, but it is not easy to do as a male photographer. 100% understandably, I was like, damn it, because like this is a great source of revenue, but I don't want to be a creep. So yeah, so sorry. He probably meant like photo sessions with me, but that's between he and I.
I mean, there's nothing saying that you can't be involved in all genders of boudoir, right?
Oh, dude, there's some great male. Yeah, we could listen. We could travel down a rabbit hole where people are going to make a lot of jokes. But yes. I see. This is the problem: is I can't even like make jokes. Like I go down this serious path of like, dude, yes. Like I have seen some incredible boudoir photography, as it is called. Like, nice. And sometimes it's really funny, but it's the difference between like creepy naked pictures and good solid boudoir photography is the lighting. 100% all the time. Yeah, I will do photography with Tall Man. I'll make a second channel because I love this shit.
Nice.
Oh, look who suggested it first. Suck it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I love it. Yeah. You see me like trying to passion or like throttle back the passion because I don't like I
want to hear it. Give it to me
so fast. No, it's not even like where are we at? We're at 1 hour and 20 minutes. We're gonna be like 5 hours in, and I'm gonna be telling you about like angles and lighting and how you like light and layers. And if you want, hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find something on the YouTubes.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna tell you. From earlier, I wanted to say something. That YouTube channel that you've pulled up, and I'm struggling to remember his name.
Magic Media.
Magic Media.
He's in Idaho.
He has a really cool video called "Riding the Most Dangerous Trail in Idaho."
Yes. It's a two-parter. And okay, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought. The ADHD is starting to creep up, and I'm gonna like cut you off by accident, and I apologize ahead of time.
It's all good. And I just want to say, if you want some seriously butt pucker moments that you want to watch on there, definitely check that video out because it is cliffside single track.
Dude, it's insane.
He literally the bike starts to fall off the cliff and you're going, holy crap, is he going to die? The whole time I'm so nervous for this guy.
Yeah, it's insane. Idaho's what does he call it? Idaho's most dangerous single track or Idaho's most dangerous trail or something like that. But Magic Media. And where I was going with what I really think is incredible. So he's smart and he's a young dude. Like you see his face, he does like, whatever, talking to the camera, and he's got to be like 23, 25. So he's taking from the like content creator point of view, he's been taking that Idaho's most dangerous trail and he's been making shorts from different sections. So he's creating all of these views and all of these shorts views from the same video that he's just parsoning up into different shorts. And I was like, duh, why am I not doing that? Like, hello. But I'm also not riding like crazy dangerous trails. So, so this says David Hobby, and he's got, what the hell is happening with this? Can't be right. Created playlists. It's got a check mark as if it is David Hobby. I'm going to go with, I don't know what's happening with this YouTube channel, but lighting in layers. You might have to buy the DVDs, which good luck trying to figure out how to play those nowadays.
Yeah, who has a DVD player here? Raise your hand in the comments.
I was hoping that like he would have it on his YouTube, but his YouTube looks really weird. Hold on, let me reopen close tab. And I don't want you guys to judge David Hobby by what you're about to see, because I feel like I don't know what the hell's going on with this. But like when you go to his allegedly accredited website, this is what comes up under playlists, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't ride a scooter. I have interacted with this guy a couple of times. We're not even going to address what's happening here. And then a couple of other weird things. So I don't know where his lighting and layers stuff is, but I don't think this is him. I don't think this is really him, even though there's a check mark that says verified. I don't believe it. But lighting in layers is the best photography lighting series that I've ever watched. If you're working, so at its core, if you're working with, let's say, four lights, setting up to light from like accent lights and a main light, do one at a time. Figure out exactly what each flash is lighting so that when you're putting everything together and something is wrong, you know, oh, well, it's this section I'm trying to fix. That's done by this flash over here. That's it. That's the whole series in a nutshell. He really wasted multiple DVDs for a single sentence, you know.
I love how you can summarize it, basically. I mean, I think
that's why I'm good at teaching.
Lighting for dummies.
Yeah.
Basically is what you got here.
Yeah.
Tall man's lighting for dummies.
I love it. I will run down that rabbit hole real fast.
Matt Bate wants to know if the moon landing was shot in a studio based upon your knowledge of lighting.
Wait, Matt, who? Oh. I have met, for fuck's sake. You know, the guy that landed on the moon first. What the hell was his name? ADHD at its worst. Neil Armstrong, for fuck's sake.
Was he the first one out of the lander?
He was the second one, actually.
I was gonna say I think it was somebody else,
but he's the first one because the videographer guy didn't get credit because he's the first one on the video. Yeah, but I met that whole crew. They did a USO tour before they all started dying off, and he told us this story, which I then immediately cross-referenced to somebody who was on. So he actually punched an active duty service member in the face once because the guy came up and was like, so the moon landing was fake, huh? And Neil Armstrong at like 70 years old reacted by punching this man in the face, which I was like, baller ass move.
Solid flex.
Yeah. So don't.
Was it Buzz Aldrin?
He was in the group.
Huh.
Actual first man on the moon. Nope, not Mook. Moon.
And I'm also disappointed that they didn't have a motorcycle instead of a car.
NASA.gov says Neil Armstrong was the first person.
Huh.
But yeah, who set the goddamn camera up? I don't believe
right?
it.
Yeah.
Camera guy never gets credit.
Also, you know, if you're going to the moon and you're going to take the most efficient form of transportation, wouldn't it be a motorcycle?
Right. I mean, I don't know though, because I feel like a motorcycle would be easier to ride on the moon because gravity is lighter, right? So you wouldn't have to worry about. Bro, imagine the drifts you could do on a motorcycle on the moon. Just
be so sick
for like 6 miles.
Dude, imagine the hang time you could get flying through the air. You know, like find 2 rocks and just set up a jump.
Jumps for literally months.
You do too big of a jump and you leave the atmosphere.
You
leave
wheelie into space. See, this is why they didn't bring a motorcycle.
They were like, we know what these guys are going to do. We know their game.
Neil Armstrong was a badass.
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so Damon says found the series online, I think. Thanks for the recommendation. Post a link. We can't click on links, but you can still post it. And then Nathan, always Nathan.
Always Nathan
can go back at about an hour and a half and look at the link that you posted. Because I don't want to dig into trying to find it online. But yeah, that lighting and layers is, if you're like into photography and you want to learn flash photography, he's incredible. Him and Joe McNally. Joe McNally is, in my world, a lighting god. So, dude, he's incredible. That dude was, he was my patron saint when I first got into photography. Just absolutely incredible. What he can do with like a small speed light, an off-camera flash.
I feel like this conversation is fun for you and me, who are photography nerds, but I don't think we're entertaining our audience at this point.
We're a solid 19 in. They get me. They understand me. They're like, let's just let him go. He'll come back to motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
Strobostop blogspot. Oh yeah. He's got a whole goddamn WordPress site, Blogist site. Just search lighting and layers on the Google. He has a whole. That's right. I forgot about that. That was a long time ago. Because who remembers blogs? He's got a lighting. Just search Strobist. Strobist.com. You'll find it. Strobist.com.
Okay. I'm on it.
Strobist.com.
Don't strobe too long.
That's how you get a rash. From the light exposure. God, guys.
Jeez.
Gross. Grow up. His wife is here. It's inappropriate.
Yeah.
All right. How's that beer looking? Is it still got beer in it?
No.
All right. Hour and 30 minutes. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Now I have to entertain these people on my own. I'll probably bring some idiots in to help me, but thank you very much. Thanks for explaining your thought process when looking for routes.
Absolutely, man. It was super fun to be on here and talk with you. I feel like this was just a fun conversation between two friends. So Matt,
that's what I strive for.
When you get your 501, let's go for a ride.
Dude,
yeah. We'll meet up in the middle or something.
I was gonna say, what's in the middle? Hold on, let me aggressively zoom out. That was too much. Now I see the whole world.
I feel like Capital State Forest is where we should go.
Okay.
Let's go for a ride.
I'll just yes.
Olympia.
Right. Dude, I'm here for it. Is that where it's at?
Yeah.
Capital State? Yeah, Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
Where's Capital
Capital
State? Is
State
that Mount
Forest.
Rainier?
No.
No.
Olympia area.
No. Yeah, yeah.
We'll do some
trails.
trails.
I see it. Okay, I see it. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can do the ferry, hop down 101, and I'm there. All right. Sold.
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right.
It's gonna be great. Don't worry, guys. I'll have a video of me dying trying to follow Nathan Fant. It's gonna be awesome.
We'll take it nice and easy. We'll bring Chris with us just to be like the safety monitor.
No, trust me. She's gonna ride a lot faster than I am. It's gonna take me a minute to get up to snuff on this bike. I don't think it's going to take that long. I was doing 60 miles an hour on gravel on that bike.
You're going to be great.
Like, oh, I forgot it has steering stabilizer. That's why this is so easy. I'm here for that bike. I'm super excited.
I'm excited for you.
All right. Well, thanks so much for showing up. It's time to entertain these people on my own. Oh, look at that. We just jumped to 0 views. That's great. No, just kidding. Thanks, dude. We'll be in touch soon.
Okay.
It's the beginning of a beautiful bromance.
It was great to be here. Thanks for geeking out.
You're out.
Bye,
just
guys.
Kidding. He's got a 300 due. All right. Bye, buddy.
Love you all.
Okay,
have a good one. Bye-bye.
There he goes. What do you think? Am I going to die following Nathan through the woods? He's going to be nice and for the first hour. And then he's going to be like, all right, let's see what he can do. And he's going to be like, phew, and I'll be like, all right. It'll be fine. She's the Chris Fant says I'm the governor. Yeah, she'll make sure I don't die. Nathan at one point will probably get squirrely, which is fine. That's what I want. Listen, I already committed on Critters Live. When we go up to do Get Lost, Find Yourself, I'm just gonna tell Carl, take me somewhere memorable. Because, dude, by September, I'm going to be comfortable on that 501. I'm getting it this week, and it's happening. One way or the other, Friday or Saturday. Guys, get ready. There's going to be so much great, stupid content. Nathan will show you with, yeah. Well, listen, so listen, Pete, it's a different game now. I'm on that Husky 501. So... get ready. Dude, I'm so excited. Yeah, well, listen, man. Fuck that guy, okay? Not you. Just Small Man. Just not this guy. Just fuck Small Man Moto, I'm not monetized, so I can say things like fuck Small Man Moto. But Corey's great, but fuck Small Man Moto. He's the worst. He's just so aggressive. He's aggressive. Hold on, Matt. You read these comments. You see how aggressive this small man moto is with me? I'm just defending myself. Okay. And gone. Guess what, guys? Hour and 34 minutes. That means 34 minutes from the last pee break. Entertain the people. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Entertain the people. Tell them about your shirt and where you can get.
Is it Tallman Moto? No, you changed it like 3 times. Tallmanmoto.com, tallmanmoto.net, something like that. What are we talking about? What's Chris talking about? Grizzbait. Holy cow. Yeah. A 3JC. Boop, boop, doop, boop. Party. Why are you lost, Brittany? You're right. Okay, so if he gets it, he's gonna try to go this
Eric
weekend.
Sweet, you bet your ass I am, and I'm gonna regret it the whole way. But
No.
So here's the thing, and I know everybody. Listen, guys.
Pete, I think that's Tallman Photo at OnlyFans.com.
Tall. It's tall something. It's something somewhere. So, and I know that was a Guinness, which means it's time for a red. Everybody has a lot of strong opinions about functioning on a small bike. And I get it. But I don't care a whole lot about discomfort. As long as I have a comfortable place to put my ass, which is a seat concept seat, which this bike has. And I might get the XL like wide one because, you know, putting on weight. I don't care. I don't care about the rest of it. I don't care about having to maybe take a little bit longer, plan a little bit of extra time. When I get up to North Island, I can ride on that 501. I can ride anything anybody throws at me. I might struggle. It might not be great. I might not have a skill level that's up to snuff. But I'm not showing up on a 530-pound bike. I'm showing up on a 260-pound bike with stupid amounts of torque. So, yes, for events, even at worst, maybe I might trailer it on the back of my RAV4 because it's 260 pounds. So it's not like it's going to like max out a tongue weight. So at worst, maybe possibly I might drive or trailer my way up to Get Lost, Find Yourself. But the 501s, regardless, I'm planning on riding the 501 up to Get Lost, Find Yourself. So
what are you going to do? You're going to trailer it up to Was and then ride from Was to...
No, I'm going to ride all the way up. Tawason's the easiest part of it. It's really that 4.5, 5 hours up island from Nanaimo to...
No, Was, WOS. That's where we had to go to the convenience store from Get Lost, Find Yourself.
Was. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna trailer it and I'm gonna stop at that convenience store and then I'm gonna ride the last 20 minutes. And be like, oh God, guys, I rode all the way up here. Yes, I'm gonna Harley Davidson to Sturgis it.
There you go. Yeah.
The last 5 miles. Yeah, Matt Roden says buy a hitch hauler. I just turns out I need to put an actual like tow hitch on the actual RAV4, so I still have to do that part. But here's the thing: the problem is I want to do a factory hitch on the RAV because I don't want to lose clearance on the bottom by doing an aftermarket. Which means I really need to let the friggin' dealership install it so that they do all the cuts and it's clean. Because if I do it, I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm not good with body work, and I want it to look not terrible. So I'll pay the $250, $300 for them to do it. Like, screw it. You know, I want it to look good and I want it to be done right. And it's not like I'm going to have to do wiring, which is always the bigger cost of the 2 installations. Because I'm not going to be doing anything that requires wiring. Even if I do like hauling a trailer with bikes on it, you can still see my turn signals and stuff. So seat mods. Oh, okay.
But we're talking about the shirt. Would you end up going with the domain name? Is it .net?
God, I already forgot. I think so. Tall Man Moto. If I can type .net. Yes. .us showed up as an option. I didn't enter because I was like, wait, is that it? Uh-oh. Oh, it's taking forever. Uh-oh. Maybe that's not it. Wait. I don't know. Go like and subscribe the video. It'll tell you. Guys, don't expect. This should be a plus for me that I'm not completely shamelessly advertising myself. .net, but .net seems to be not working for some reason, which is interesting.
Oh man.
Anyways, go buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Figure it out. That's how much I really value profiting off of all of you. I would love to see you wear it, but I'm not that committed to being like, spend your money. So it is .net, but for some reason it seems to be not loading. But that could be my end for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Buy a toque or a shirt or a toque and a shirt
and a cup. Coffee mug.
Pretty sure I bruised my pelvis with the seat on my 450. Well, stop doing inappropriate things. Duh. Matt Roden. Gross. I saw, hold on, because we have a lot of people in here. Some Mike Ramsauer's in here. Hey, buddy. So he's the trio to this situation. He's the third wheel to our bromance tricycle. I thought I saw Steve in here somewhere. Old gaming wizard. I know he popped up in there somewhere.
He did. He popped in once.
I think he's still in here. He's probably still in here. Oh, he says, hey, speaking of two, ? Go on, Eric. Yeah. Mike says, after riding the KLR down to Giant Loop and back, if you have a trailer, that bike, I will never let you forget it. Yeah. If he did it, I can do it. If Mike can make it down to Giant Loop on a KLR that almost killed us in the middle of I-5, and Critter Moto can tour the entire Pacific Northwest on
the greater, yeah.
Because they went down. That 501 will do. Guys, I cleared 96 miles an hour. So if you watch all the way to the end, or just fast forward, you can fast forward. I'm fine with that. Watch hours are watch hours. I don't care. All the way to the end of the full 501 ride video that I did. I have a little clip. I wanted to put it deep at the end because I know the dealership's probably not going to watch all the way through. Not like they care, but whatever. And it doesn't matter. Fuck. The point is, I did 96 miles. I hit 96 on that bike, and it was still climbing. And I was like, that is enough speed for me on this light of a bike. The point is, it will sustain 70, 75 miles an hour. Do I want to be doing that for an hour, 2 hours on the interstate or a highway? No. But if I have to suck it up and endure it for a little bit to get to an event, to have the most capable bike there, fuck it. Why not? Like, it's not a big deal. I'll do it. Yeah, I don't think I would trailer it. I don't see why I would. YOLO, That's what the kids say. Tallmanmoto.net. There it is. Thanks, moderator guy.
Yeah. And yes, Pete rode the 250 up there.
Yeah, Pete rode the 250. That's right. Because you brought the twin.
Yep.
Yeah, it's doable. It sucks a little bit, but you just have to plan. That's the point though, is I don't really even have to plan to move slower. Just have to plan to be a little bit more vibrated in the way there, in ways that are not pleasant. Honestly though, what's funny is, So I did the on-ramp because I wanted to see, like, I wanted to see highway speeds and how it functioned. And I was doing like 60, 65 coming up to speed, and it was vibrating as hell. And then it's probably because it was revving at higher RPMs. Like, I get the science behind it. But I hit 70 and it started leveling out. Like, it was a lot more pleasant at 70, 75. And so from Camp River Beer, which is the off-road area that I went and like took this bike out to, from Camp River Beer out to highway, I think it's 525, is about a 15, 20 mile stretch. 520, 525, something like that. One of the highways out to Darrington. We'll just say to Darrington, the town, the last 10 you go through before you have to head out to Camp River Beer. There's about 15, 20 miles, and there was nobody. So I carried that bike it as reasonably fast, but like I wanted to know like what is sustainable, like what feels comfortable as a fast speed. And I was at 80 to 83 for a good 15 minutes.
Oh, well, shit.
And it felt comfortable. I definitely need a windscreen. Like that was the biggest discomfort, was the amount of wind that was coming onto my chest and into my helmet. But a windscreen, a little bit of a tuck because of my height, good to go. Down the line, year or two, I'd like to throw a rally tower on that thing because it's a little bit taller. And also, at some point, if Trail Tech could stop being a little bitch about it and sponsor me like they said they would. Sorry, guys. Like, I'm just saying. If you guys don't know the backstory. It happened. It only took 2 hours. I know I froze. Hold on. I'm resetting the camera. It's Trail Tech is hacking my stuff.
Yeah, smack.
We went out and had a whole conversation at Tour Tech, and the guy there was like, "Dude, yeah, absolutely. Like, I've looked at your stuff. I've been following your stuff for a while, 100%." And normally I don't like to be negative, or I'm not one to like talk negative, but I'm at a point where like, dude, you said yes, and then he just like gaslit me for a year. Well, it takes time. You got to be patient. Be patient. It takes time. And then I just fell off. But now I'm back to, like, I have this Husky 500, and you want a guy who's going to really showcase the need for a quality GPS unit. Nathan pointed it out, and I was like, you know what? He's not wrong. But I just want to highlight that I'm not talking about, like, hauling ass, ripping through the woods, tearing stuff up. My idea of, like, searching through no trails is, like, 5-10 miles an hour. I'm not trying to destroy nature. Don't be an asshole and tear up the wilderness. If I'm going to be doing no trail stuff, I'm just trying to like boop my way through. Yeah. Go watch my review video and you'll know what I'm talking about. If you saw that, I was not moving at a fast speed. Yeah, I have no intention of ripping up nature. Don't do that. Don't be a dick. Don't go fucking rooster tail nature. Go gently tread through nature. But I plan on gently treading through nature where there's no friggin' trails for miles on end to find a campsite that nobody else can get to. Oh, Kahuna, you're out of here. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Gel insert eliminates vibration in ass. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, I need to. We'll connect. Because you've got a lot of vibration knowledge, it looks like, with all your seat updates. But yeah, I need a windscreen. I've got a windscreen lined up. I think a windscreen, and like I'm gonna do in like 1.25 bar risers, and that's it.
That's
I know Matt Roden. I'm gonna need to carry oil. I understand it. I hate it, but I accept it. I think the big, like, simple turning point mentally for me was when I was watching a video and he was like 1.2 liters of oil. And I was like, fucking excuse me?
What? Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh, it carries literally a quarter of the oil and needs 4 times the oil changes because it carries a quarter of the oil that my bike does. Oh. And I don't think Nathan's wrong. He said, like, I think you could push it to 2,000 miles. From everything that I'm researching, and the hardcore people will say no, but I'm not motocrossing it. Yes, I'm going to be trucking it along at slower speeds, which slower speeds means hotter engines, but I don't think I'm going to be doing anything that really demands like 10. I think it's like 10 or 15 hours is the recommended oil change.
No.
No, get out of here. I'm not doing that. Matt Rowan says I'm the biggest tall guy against bar risers. Wait, how? Matt Rowan, how tall are you? Also, Matt Rowan, what's your email? I'll bring you on right now. We'll talk about this in person. You want to get on the videos? Random guest time. If you want to just put your email on the YouTube, email me, tallmanmoto@gmail.com. What's your email? I'll send you a link. You can come on right now. We'll have this discussion because I'm super curious. Because I don't like hunching. I don't want to. And I'm too old to have the crouch. If you're going to tell me about the proper crouch, you're not wrong. But my knees hurt too much to do like, I can't like this. Like I don't want to do this. I want to do like this, you know?
Are you
6465 with boots on? I'm in bed. It's almost 11. Well,
Whoa.
Matt Roden, get on this live stream. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, we don't. Oh, he's out. Oh, he didn't even want to be. He's inviting you on. He's removing himself from the situation so that we can be alone. Okay, no, we'll follow up though, Matt Roden, because I'm curious. I'm curious your thoughts. I like hearing experienced tall people thoughts because I'm just me. You know, you guys have seen me. Also, by the way, can we just talk again how great this shirt is? This is my favorite Critter Moto shirt because it's pretty simple. Don't suck. And he's not saying don't suck oil or air into your intake. He's saying don't be a bad person. You know, be a good person. It's great. Yeah, too old. I'm too old. I'm too old to not have bar risers. Oh, shit. That's right, Mayron, because he won a thing that I still haven't sent stuff out for. I'm so bad at it. I'm so sorry. You're going to get the stuff. Don't forget. It'll happen. ADHD is the worst, you know? I'm going to do it today. It's going to happen. Then a fucking butterfly floats across my face. And I'm like, I have to look up global warming because butterflies are dying. It's the worst. Tall guys benefit from risers. Oh, shit. Matt and Eric going at it in the comments. Tall guys benefit from risers. Short guys say they aren't worth it. I agree. Risers and straighter bar for direct input. Just my busted back thoughts. Yeah. No, well, here's the thing, though, right? Is like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. I don't know one way or the other. Eric is about to keep me awake. Fight. But be responsible and nice to each other, guys. Fight with information.
What? Don't be a small man.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't do that. If you could lower your camera down just a little bit, it's better for my marketing. People only see like, you know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the like button because then it tells YouTube, hey, this idiot's kind of entertaining to watch in his live streams. So,
is that better?
Bar height should be based on. Yeah, that's actually a lot. If you could zoom in some and just get the face out of there. Bar height should be based on your wrist to floor height. Matt Roden, we need to connect. For sure. Matt Roden, where are you? Because you said it's almost 11. 7, 8, 9, 10. You're on the East Coast somewhere. Also, you know who's not here? Oh, interesting. Mr. Ringo's not here. Guys, don't forget. Bully John Ringo on social media. He wasn't at my live. Says he's my #1 fan now. Guys, the Naked Kayak is here. I can flat foot the Africa Twin. No, I haven't sold it, and I'm accepting the fact that is that jerk Blackhawk guy that wanted to troll my post. He's not in here. I'm accepting the fact that I'm probably not going to sell a 35,000 mile Africa Twin for $9,500. I'm just going to trade it. I know I'm going to be able to trade it flat across. YOLO. I don't think I'm taking a loss even trading that bike straight because it's worth it. Yeah, Brett Tax does say bar risers are better for short riders, but Brett Tax is not tall, so I'm not arguing against Brett Tax. Just to be clear, he did a video about tall riders, and he was like, really, honestly, it sucks for you guys because the best position is for you to be crouched, like hunched, crouched, like. And it makes sense because the more we stand up, like the more we put weight up high. I get it.
Yeah.
I get that bar risers aren't the best choice. I'm looking for comfort over performance. Let's be honest. Let's just clear the air here. The best position and the most comfortable position. I'm looking for kind of a middle ground. So I would take it if I had the money, or really, yeah. Naked Kayak's going to buy my bike, and I'm going to keep his KLR 650 in my garage. It needs a new battery, buddy. By the way, I think it's toast. So we got to figure that out. Yeah, that's what I should do is just throw ape hangers on the Husky. Do it for the social media.
Get some 6-inch risers and get those the handlebars off of Brittany's bike.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. 6-inch risers. Just those big giant.
Yeah.
Pegs me thinks buddy Lawrence Hacking talks about riding positions in the saddle. Dakar bikes are set up for big miles. Minimal squatting distances. Brett's video is pretty bang on. Yeah, I know. Also, to be clear, I'm talking about like an inch. We're talking about bar risers for what it's worth. Like, I'm not looking for a lot, just a little bit. Like, just a little bit. We all know the difference an inch can make in bar risers. So,
yeah.
If it feels awkward, you're doing it right. Wait, shit, because I don't need bar risers. All right, that's why I'm going with 1 inch over. What do I have on the twin? I think I have 2.5.
And didn't the 501 come with bar risers?
No, it comes with a steering stabilizer.
Wow.
I'm going to let you ride this bike, and you're going to go spend $450 on a steering stabilizer.
Pete
just
already,
an FYI.
Yeah, no. Pete already said that I need to put that on both bikes, honestly.
It's insane how good it is off-road, which I already knew because of Tour Tech and when we did the that Ducati. Remember the what was it, Ducati Scrambler or whatever it is? And it had the steering stabilizer.
Yeah.
And then I rode the Tiger.
The Tiger 900
which
Rally.
I love the Tiger so much more. But I noticed like how much more jerky that was. And that Ducati was the first time I'd ever. So riding the same path the second time, realizing like the different, dude, I have understood steering stabilizers for a long time. But yes, stabilizer makes the bike. I was doing 60, 65 at one point on gravel on that 501. I did not include that in any of my videos because I didn't at the time want the dealership to like see or know that I was moving that fast. Because it's the first video. Like, you got to court them. You can't just do stupid stuff out of the gate. And then I realized like how smooth the handlebars were. And then I slowed down so I could do a bit where I was talking about like I'm realizing. But I was moving at 65 miles an hour on gravel. That's the fastest I've ever done on a gravel road. And it was just so easy. No, Eric, go for it. Raising cogs with risers. Cog is decided from your. Wait, what the hell is cog? Dude, we just clicked the same one.
Clicked it, yeah.
Oh, that's cute. What the hell is cog? Cog is decided from your weight at pegs when standing. Your weight is floating, except at peg. What the hell is cog? Center of gravity.
Center of gravity.
Got it. Caught up. Yeah. Yeah, as he posts it. Yeah, cog, center of gravity. Yeah. It's because it's lowercase. I didn't recognize. But yeah, no. Stabilizers. I think anybody and everybody needs a stabilizer if you're doing anything.
You did it again.
It's, oh my God, it's so good. Guys, I'm so excited about this Husky. Like,
when I did that right with Pete, Piggy Pete's ride.
Yeah.
He saw how much I was struggling on the loose stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, the stabilizers would have saved me a lot of upper body strength."
It just smooths it out. All the little things that like cause you to worry, it
Yeah.
just eliminates. And then when it's big movements, like it's already kind of done it. I could see where it. Well, no, that's an ignorant statement because I don't know yet. I could see where I was going to say I could see where like maybe it could be false confidence because like it's moving, you don't realize. So by the time it moves, it could be a problem. But I don't think that's a thing.
Mm-mm.
So yeah,
No, because you're gonna create the problem anyways, either way, whether it's too late or not. And
once
it
you're
just
there, you're
brings
there.
that quick jerk.
It's all the little bits, and I'm excited to play with that and adjust the settings and figure out like what feels right. So. Guys, it's gonna be so great. 260 pounds. That's how much this bike weighs, ready to go. Maybe a little bit more because it's got True North. Pete, did you see the that subframe support and who makes it? True North Adventures, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And they're not expensive either. So the only downside, which is already mitigated because it's got the part. So the only downside really to this bike is that it's the shittiest subframe that Husky's ever made out of all of the models, which is probably why it's got the subframe supports on it. So this bike has like $4,000 or $5,000 in parts on it. It's awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I know Garrick says, yeah. Well, Garrick says it's a beautiful weekend for your new bike day. Hopefully we will go out Saturday or Sunday to ride, but this bike is built for off-roading things that completely understandably, my girlfriend with a Tiger 900 GT Low and very little to no off-road experience has no interest in following me to do. So this weekend will be mild riding. Next weekend I have my daughter, but probably the weekend after that, rain or shine, I'm thinking I'm probably going to go out and go get into the shit a little bit on my new bike. So, doesn't make one for the beta. Bummer. Email them. Osman, email them. They're super willing to like work with people. I actually need to email them to follow up because I emailed them about their plate and my giant loop bags, but I'm going to go a different direction and just go rackless. But I was like, hey, would you guys be willing to work with me because it looks like you don't make this thing? And they were like, oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. So email them. They're based out of Olympia, local company. I was talking to, I don't know who, and the owner. He was like talking to the owner back and forth while we were on the phone, whoever the guy was I was talking to. So they're super willing to be like expanding and making new parts. Pete, I would definitely give them a call or email them and see if they'd be willing to even maybe take your bike for like making parts for free. I know somebody else who did that with Altrider. He got a bunch of free shit out of it. So 501 does come with a key, although it's a weird fucking system, and apparently maybe it's a keyless ignition. Like you turn it on and the key comes out. I don't know. I need to further explore that. So, guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do really the one thing that I have wanted to do on an off-road oriented bike for years, which is that get out in the real like middle of nowhere to camp. I'm so tired of competing with overlanders. I'm not necessarily knocking overlanding. I'm just guys, Washington State is it's so overpopulated out here. There's so many people.
On this side, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude, as soon as you cross the mountains over to the eastern side, it's nothing. But for us weekenders, get out there on a Friday and there's fucking 93 4Runners taking up all your favorite camp spots. So we're going to go make our own camp spots. Yeah. No, just kidding. No, I was going to make a funny. Nope. Got you, buddy. Nope. Hi, Mrs. Smallman. Everybody say hi, Mrs. Smallman. She can't see the screen, but in support of.
Yeah, she already had a plan on what she was going to say earlier to embarrass me.
Small man moto across the board.
Small man
Pretty
moto's got to
simple.
go. I need some small man.
Sick ass. I was gonna try and like fancy that up, and I was like, nope, that's what it is. Sick ass racing. Makes some really nice parts. Okay. Oh, group poll. From the comments. Who knows about, what do we think about tacomoto.com.co, whatever they are. Tacomoto. Good, not good. I've been like checking out their website, and I'm on the fence about quality because I just don't know yet. So I'm not saying one way or the other. I am very undecided about whether or not they're actually like a premier resource, or is it just like a website that just sort of has shit. What do we think of Tacomoto? What's the difference between a stabilizer and a dampener? How do you describe that? A dampener is getting rid of vibrations. A steering stabilizer, when, hold on, I have to get, so your front wheel, let's say this is the front wheel. So the front wheel is like going through stuff and it's going like this, right? Which means without a steering stabilizer, your handlebars are going like this because it's all pretty direct feedback. So the steering stabilizer actually takes this and it absorbs it so that the handlebars just stay like this, or like maybe just a little bit of movement. Whereas the dampeners are really just designed to, it's just rubber that's designed to absorb vibration. So it's designed to absorb this much movement, whereas a stabilizer is designed to absorb this much movement. Was that well explained? Did that make sense?
I didn't know there was a difference, but sure.
Yeah, dampeners are like vibration absorption, versus a steering stabilizers are like they level out those bars really nice.
Huh.
Oh, Sozman says stabilizer goes in 3 dimensions and a dampener goes in 2 dimensions. Also, he says that what he's gotten from Tacomoto is great quality. Okay. They seem solid, but the website is also a fucking disaster, if I'm being honest. It's so hard to search for stuff.
The website, I think, was going through a revamp recently.
I hope so, because you can't find anything by make or model on that website right now. You're just sort of searching for products, and that's the only thing that drives me nuts. Matt Roden, shoot me an email, tomoimoto@gmail.com, and we'll figure out a way to connect, Matt Roden, because I want to chit-chat. I want to hop on a video call, just like casual you and me, and I want to pick your brain about stuff.
And make sure
also figure out where the hell you live, because
make sure it said Michigan.
Now is 11.
And make sure it says chicken dinner in the subject again. That'll remind him.
Shit. Yeah, you can get me to commit to the back end of that situation while we're on the video call. I'll do it. I just keep forgetting. I'm sorry. Steven Staten, you're out of here too. Good night. I feel like we're dwindling. We're 2 hours and 7 minutes, which is fine.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's a good time.
Sometimes shorter lives. That's fine. You know, we all got to get to work.
See? Yep.
Eric Sweet, you're out of here too.
Keep going.
Guys, it feels right. Feels like the time is right. It's time. It's closing time and zero watchers. Yeah, you sing for half a second, everybody leaves. Guys,
can you do the bromance song?
Bromance. Nothing really came about it. Thank you so much for showing up. Guys, we had Nathan Fant on. I didn't dive as deep in as I was hoping we would, but really it's because we don't have enough time. Like, we're going to be best friends and I'm going to learn so much from him, but we just didn't get it. We didn't get to go as deep as I wanted, but that's okay, because I feel like we still learned a lot. So, thank you, Cindy. Happy birthday, me. Oh yeah, and Small Man.
And you need you owe her a cup too.
Shut the fuck up, God. All right, I'm gonna close this out on my own because somebody's just diming me out left and right. Guys, thanks for showing up and being here. You're all awesome. Super excited for next month's live. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to find great guests. And
well, we didn't know what was going to happen.
I'm going to be honest. A thing that I kind of want to do. I'm thinking about reaching out to Takamoto's owner because he is real big into building off-road bikes. And I think it would be cool to just pick his brain about like, what should I do? So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to pursue a couple of things. I've got some big stuff that I'm shooting for these lives because I think it's cool to interview these people who know a lot of things and get to know them. So I'm working on it. Anyways, thanks for being here. You're all awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and do all that stuff. Hit the like button on the live before you leave, pretty please. It is very helpful. You're all awesome. I love you all. I can't wait to see you at events. Come find me. I'm the big dumb tall guy now riding on a Husky. And we'll see you all in 1 month / my next video. All right. Okay, bye.